What's up, it's you? For today's video, with a full Stantler evolution team, we have Stantler and Wyrdeer. These Pokemon are going to be the only ones I use today. We've got 2 Stantler and 2 Wyrdeer. They've got exactly the same abilities too. So we're going to Intimidate, Frisk, and Sap Sipper. The important thing is Stantler can actually have Everlight now, which works actually really nicely with Intimidate, making a very, very bulky all-round. I've got 4 battles today with this team, and I really hope you enjoy. Now, tonight could possibly be a double upload as well, depending on when this goes up, but it should be. There might be a Pokemon sweep before this video. Anyway, I'm not really sure my opponent's name here. This is a random battle on the Poke Portal. Maybe someone can translate there. And I've got a Pikachu lead. This Wyrdeer is a max speed, max attack set with Adamant Nature. We got Side Seal Bash, which is its new move, Trail Blaze, Earthquake, and Body Slam. Side Seal Bash is a psychic move, and it's got 70 base power, and it's got a 100% chance to raise the defense by 2 stages. I got Assault Vest and Sap Sipper as the ability. So in comes this Greninja, and out went the Pikachu. It's going to be, it's a naughty Hackmon as well. It's going to be going for a Water Shuriken. So Water Shuriken is really not doing a lot of damage to this Wyrdeer. It actually has pretty nice bulk all round with 103 base in health. So anyway, I'm going to be going for a Body Slam, and Greninja just lives, and I get a Paralyze. Then the funny thing is they swap out the next Pokemon. So that's 2 Pokemon on like a low amount of health they swapped out. Next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Charizard. I went for a Trailblaze here just to boost up my speed, because this is not a very fast Pokemon, and I thought it'd be, a good idea to do that. Now we got the Charizard going for a Terry. I was like, I wonder what sort of Terry this Charizard is going to have. Now it turns out it's going to be Terra Dark. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't expect Terra Dark on the Charizard. Now, Charizard is going to get hit by the Body Slam here. Body Slam does a great amount of damage, and I got another Paralysis. I'm like, that's really, really cool. And now Charizard is not going to get paralyzed, and it's going to go for a Terra Blast. So, Terra Blast Dark on my Wyrdeer. Now, the Assault Vest saves me on 19 health. Then they swap that out. I'm like, they've got 3 Pokemon, like no health at all, right? So when it comes to Koraidon here, it's going to be activating its ability. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be going for an attacking move here too. Wait for Body Slam again. I got some pretty good damage there, and I got another Paralysis. I'm like, wow, this is really, really good. So now I can go for a Psy Shield Bash. I'm like, this should almost take it out, and it was so close. Unfortunately, I'm not going to take it out, and they're going to go for a Collision Course. Very, very lucky there. I actually nearly sweat through 4 of the Pokemon with that Wyrdeer set. So that's the end of my first Wyrdeer, but that was a very, very successful run. Next Pokemon is Wyrdeer number 2 here. This is a special set. I'm going to see they got a Soothe Spell Koraidon only on People Are Shadow here. We got a Choice Spec set, Psychic Thunderbolt, Earth Power, and Energy Ball. Now, they swapped out their 4th Pokemon on a tiny bit of health. They really don't want to lose a Pokemon. They absolutely refuse to lose it. And in comes Dialga. I actually went for Earth Power on the just general there. I didn't even predict the Earth Power Dialga swap in. And I was very lucky getting that good damage there. They go for a Roar of Time. I'm able to live that, and that is the end of Dialga. I've got the abilities Frisk, and I've got max special attack and max health and modest nature. Next Pokemon and last Pokemon is Mew. Now, I've got to swap out here because I'm locked into Earth Power, and now I'm going to be going into Stantler. Now, this Stantler is a Terra Dark. We got Stomp, Zen Headbutt, Bite, and Thunder Wave, and I've got max attack and max speed, Jolly Nature. So now what I'm going to do is go for the Terra Dark. I can go for a Terra Dark Bite. I'm pretty sure Mew's going to go for like a Psychic here, and then I'm quite certain I can clean up the rest of this team, right? Because so many of them are paralyzed already. It's like 3 Pokemon paralyzed, and I know that I can outspeed that Pikachu. So go for the Terra Dark Stantler. And I've got that Terra Dark going there. The moment I went for the Terra Dark Stantler, they disconnected, the baby bottle got thrown, and that is the end of the battle there. I don't know, I don't know why they swapped out so many Pokemon there, but there we go. It's nothing like some fresh salt in the morning. Let's get on to the second battle here. This one is against Sign Master 69, and we have a interesting theme team here. It's not a Stantler evolution team either. It's something very similar though. So we both are going to be frisking out each other's items, and it's going to be going for a Psy Shield Bats, boosting up our Wyrdeer's defense. Now, this is my special one, which is good, so I can do a little bit of damage here. I'm not really doing like lots. Now, the opposing Wyrdeer is going to go for a Mega Horn. Mega Horn does a lot of damage to me. I get a second Earth Power off here, and that's pretty much all I can do. Oh, I also got a special defense drop, which is, pretty handy too. The opposing Wyrdeer is like a mix set, so that's the end of my Wyrdeer. Next Pokemon to bring in is going to be Stantler. Have I seen this set yet? If I showed this set off, I think I have. Oh, no, yeah, I have. This is the Stomp, Zen Headbutt, Bite, and Thunderwave set. So this is like pretty much a flinching set here. So I'm going to be going for a Bite there, going for that 30% chance. Flinch Mega Horn is going to miss, thank goodness. That would have done a bit of damage, not too much. And I'm going to finish it off with a Disrespect Stomp there. Now, is there anyone out there that absolutely loves Stantler? Is it your favorite Pokemon? Is Wyrdeer your favorite Pokemon? Let me know in the comment section. And also, people, if you want to support the channel and the videos, make sure you do hit that like button. It only takes 1 second and really helps out a lot. So, yes, I never thought that Stantler would probably get an evolution either. There's sort of like a little bit of surprise there. I thought it was always like a standalone kind of Pokemon. It might get another form, but I didn't think it'd get like an evolution, right? So anyway, we got a Sword Spark coming in here. I wonder if you can guess what this team is as the Pokemon do come out. So this is going to be a Charm Sword Spark, and it was really, really bad because it was dropping my attack continually. So at this stage, I had, -4 in attack, so I really wasn't doing a lot of damage here. I mean, Sword Spark isn't the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, but after -4, I was doing nothing. So I had to swap it out there, and then I went into the Wyrdeer. Now, this is this is the physical set. So this is probably a Serene Grace headbutting set, because Serene Grace is going to double Zen Headbutt and now Headbutt secondary chance to flinch. So that Thunder Wave really did a nice job there. So now we got this Stantler coming in here. Stantler's going to have Intimidate. That's going to drop my attack. Now they're going to swap out the Stantler and bring in another Sword Spark. So Sword Spark is going to be the 4th Pokemon here. So I just went for Body Slam. It's my strongest move on this. Doesn't do a lot, but I get another Paralyze, which is really cool. Yeah, I must have Serene Grace at the moment. So now I'm going to go for the Side Shield Bash. That doesn't really do too much, but I use it to boost up my defense. And now we got the Sword Spark going for a Sunny Day. So I'm like, I wonder what move they're going to use here. So I'm continually boosting up the defense here in hopes it is a physical attacker. Unfortunately, it's going to go for a healing move here. It's going to heal itself up. It's going to use my favorite healing move. And Sword Spark has got pretty much most of its health back here. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go for Body Slam again, right? Body Slam is like a 3-hit KO at this stage. Now, Terra Blast normal is not going to do much at all. I'm just going to try and boost up my defense again. I went for Side Shield Bash. I was actually kind of hoping that Sword Spark would get paralyzed, so it couldn't keep healing itself off there, because it's getting like a massive, massive boost there due to the sun being on the field at this point in time. So now we're going to keep going for Body Slam. I'm getting stalled out by a Sword Spark. Not something you really hear too often. And I'm going to keep going for Body Slam. The Sunlight is going to fade too, so that way the healing move is not going to be doing as much healing. So now we're going to get another Defense Rise. Here comes another Terra Blast on my Wyrdeer. Almost takes me out. And I just finished this Sword Spark off with another Body Slam. So that's the end of Sword Spark number 2. I'm going to do a little celebratory roar there. Next Pokemon is Stantler. This is the one we've seen before. I don't know what sort of set this is going to be. It's going to have Intimidate. It's like, I wonder what it's going to have. So I went for the Body Slam here. That's not really going to do a lot, but I get another Paralysis. So I was actually pretty lucky getting Paralysis with this team. It's going to go for a Sand Attack. I'm like, I wonder why it went for Sand Attack there. Like, what sort of set is this? So now I'm going to go for the Earthquake. I'm doing nothing, really. So now Stantler is going to be paralyzed. And I just don't do any damage to this thing at all. Now we're going to have a Terra. Now, something really, really interesting actually happening. You're not going to actually see it too often. So the Stantler is going to go for a Terra Dark. I'm like, okay, that's a curious Terra to actually go for. So I went for Body Slam, and it's doing a little bit of damage, not too much. Now, the Stantler is going to get paralyzed, so I think I just went for another Body Slam here. It's about like a 3 or 4 hit KO, and now it's going to go for Bite. So I'm like, all right, well, that's the end of Wyrdeer. That's going to be super effective. So maybe they predicted me to swap earlier on with the Sand Attack. Anyway, that is the end of my Wyrdeer. Now I've got a Stantler left. I'm going to frisk out its Everlight. So obviously I already knew that was very bulky. So I went for the Stomp. I critted. And I hope that I got a flinch. Now the Stantler is going to use Imprison Now, you wouldn't read about it. Watch this. I went for Stomp. It's sealed. I can't use that. I went for Bite. It's sealed. I can't use Z Headbutt because it's a Dark type, and I can't use Thunder Wave because it's already paralyzed. So what Imprison does, it actually stops you using moves that the opponent shares at you. So this Stantler had 2 moves that shared me, and it was also a Dark type. So that was like a absolutely perfect outcome here for the Stantler. And also, my other Stantler was a stored power set only, so I had no way to land any attacks on this Stantler which had like 1 health left. So I'm thinking, like, what can I do? Pretty much all I can do here is stall out the clock. Now, there was about a 15-minute... I want to say 15-minute sort of chance there of me trying to do swapping, trying to heal back. I'm not going to show you the whole lot. I'm just going to fast forward to the last 40 seconds of the battle here. You can't, even if you swap the Stantler out and swap it back in, Imprison still remains, and you can't go Terror either. That still fails. So this is the last 5 seconds of the battle here, and we ran out of time. That was it. The Stantler was going to run out of PP, obviously. I had a lot more PP left there, but there we go. That's the end of the battle there. It was pretty cool to see an imprisoned Pokemon in effect. It was a complete counter to my last 2 Pokemon. How crazy was that? Let's go on to our 3rd battle here, and almost that 3rd and final battle. We've got another one. This is the battle against Lady Crimson, and speaking of which, we are going to be doing a Soul Link Randomizer Nuzlocke stream tomorrow. It's like a celebratory for my birthdays, or belated birthday. I wanted to do it on the weekend so more people could, actually come and hang out. So that one is going to be tomorrow. So make sure you be there or be square. See you around. Now, this is a particular theme team as well. Maybe the music will give it away. And we have a Dugtrio lead, and now Dugtrio got extinguished. It was a Sand Attack Bright Powder set. And now we have the Arcanine coming in. So I did a swap into Wyrdeer, and this is going to be a special Arcanine. So Fire Blast does pretty good damage there, but I'm able to take that one fairly well. It's also going to have Leer. So it's like, ooh, Fire Blast and Leer. So it seems to be like a mixed attacking set. I went for Earthquake, and it did pretty good damage there. Almost take out Arcanine. Arcanine is going to have Takedown as well. Unfortunately, Takedown is like a really, really bad, terrible move. So unfortunately for Arcanine, it just wasn't enough to take me out. Plus, Wyrdeer does have some reasonable bulk to it. Next Pokemon is going to be Vaporeon. So Vaporeon is going to be able to lift this Body Slam. It's about a 2-hit KO. Now it's going to set up a Acid Arm. Now, I thought I'd be able to get another Body Slam off here, but it's got Quick Attack as well. So that's the end of Wyrdeer. And the Vaporeon also has a Life Orb as well. So it did some... I guess it did a little bit of extra damage there, right? Next, Wyrdeer to come in is my special one. I can see it's got, well, we already knew it had Life Orb anyway. I'm going to go lock myself into a Thunderbolt, and that is the end of the Vaporeon. So that was definitely more of a, I guess more of a sweeping Vaporeon set. Next Pokemon is going to be Slowbro. I just went for Thunderbolt again because it's super effective. And that is going to one-shot the Slowbro. Now, I think there's like 2 more Pokemon left. Next Pokemon is going to be the Dragonair. Dragonair is going to go for a Thunder Wave. Sorry, I almost yawned then. I've been up for a very, very long time today. So I'm going to paralyze by the Dragonair, and now I can't do anything. I'm standing there being, just electric. I guess like mini electrocuted or static. So out goes the Dragonair, and in comes the Gengar. I was like, I wonder what sort of Gengar set this is going to be. I just went for Thunderbolt again because I'm locked into it. It does a lot of damage too. Then I get Curse Body, which means now, since I've got Choice Specs, I am going to automatically struggle. Now, a funny thing happens when you use the move, when you actually struggle in Scarlet and Violet. The check target and check status screen actually remain on there. They don't disappear. It's like a bug for Scarlet and Violet. I know that doesn't surprise you much. There's like a million bugs in Scarlet and Violet, but this is just another one of the many. I guess they didn't really expect people to come across struggle and stuff like that. So that is going to be the end of the Wyrdeer and the end of the Gengar, because we're both going to fight this turn. I wanted to see if I could get a struggle KO, and I did. I struggled to get the KO, but I got it in the end. So that's a double KO for the Wyrdeer and the Gengar. Now I've got 2 Stantler left. Last Pokemon is the Dragon. I was like kind of curious what item this had. So I was like, well, I can see it because I got the Frisk ability. So it turned out it had a Choice Specs. So interesting, Choice Specs. I just went for a Stomp here, and it did a lot of damage because I got a crit, and I backed it up with a flinch as well. So I was very, very lucky getting a flinch and then a crit. So then again, I think it might have been close to getting a 2-hit KO anyway, judging on the damage that that critical hit did. So my last move here is going to be Terra Dark Stantler, and I'm going to finish off the Dragonair with a Disrespect Bite here. And that is the end of the third battle for today's video. We've got one more battle left, and I really had to include this one. So, yeah, I felt it was very, very appropriate. Anyway, let's get on to fourth battle here. Now, this battle is against Jasper. I think that's the Zoroark there. And we have, once again, we have a 4 versus 6 battle. Now, the first Pokemon here is going to be the Iron Treads. And I've got my Stantler lead. This is my Frisk one. So I can see it's got boosted energy. I'm like, that's interesting. Now they're going to swap it out, and they're going to be going to another Pokemon, and that is going to be Apple Pie. I could go with Apple Pie there. Very, very nice. And that nice soft pastry and like the pastry and the apple works very nice together. Anyway, so the Appleton's going to get paralyzed there, which is good. I'm going to swap out the Stantler and go into Wyrdeer here, because I had a little bit of a plan here. Now, it's going to go for body press. That's going to do absolutely nothing. Also, this is a non-restrictions battle too. That's why we've got level 100s at the moment. So out goes the Appleton, and in comes the Scizor. So Scissor's going to be able to eat that Trailblaze up very, very easily. I can't do anything to that. It is highly resistant. So I got my speed up. Then I went for a Side Shield Bash. It didn't really do too much either, obviously, because it's resisted. And now the Scizor is going to go for X-Scissor. So the good thing is I've got some good bulk, and I've got a +1 up in defense. So I went for the Side Shield Bash again. Got another one, +1 in defense, which is good. And Scizor is now going to have an item, which is going to be a Citrus Berry. So it's going to get a bit of health back there. So it's like, well, I guess that I can go for Earthquake the next turn and try and take this thing up. My Terra was also a Terra Ground on Stantler too, if I didn't mention that. Sorry, Wyrdeer, if I didn't mention that. The Choice Specs one was Terra Electric, and the Stantler with Stored Power Psychic, and this one was Terra Dark. It's not one. The other one was. So in comes our I am Groot. And anyway, we're going to be going for a Terra here, and this is going to be Terra Ground. Now, the thing about this set, it's good because the ability is Sap Sipper. So the idea here is to try and bait out the opponent to use a Grass-type move. Now, I was thinking to myself here, what I can try and do, maybe the Appleton will come. Well, the Appleton will have to come in eventually, right? And if I can manage to keep this alive, it might go for like an Apple Acid or something like that. So here comes the Apple Pie. I guess it'll come in. So like, well, I doubt it's using Body Press. Let's go for Trailblaze. I'll try and boost up my speed. So that'll be cool. I'll get like +2 in speed. Now the Apple Pie is going to get paralyzed. So like, damn, I guess I'll go for another Trailblaze again. So I've got +3 in attack, which is good. Appleton's very, very slow anyway. So now the Appleton is going to take my bait and go for the Apple Acid, activating the Sap Sipper, boosting my attack by 1 stage. Now I can go for the Side Shield Bash, and that is going to be enough to take out the Appleton. I definitely wouldn't have fainted that. It's a very, very bulky Pokemon, to say the least. Now, the next Pokemon to come out is going to be Meowscarlet. I've got so many speed boosts here. I'm actually able to outspeed it, and that is the end of Meowscarlet. I wonder if that would have actually fainted me as Sucker Punch, because I had like, if it had it, of course it didn't have it, but I think I had like +3 in defense, something like that. Next Pokemon is Iron Treads. I can go for an Earthquake here, and that's definitely going to be super effective. That is the end of the Iron Treads. And we got one more Pokemon left here. So the last Pokemon that's going to be on the team after I do my little roar. Oh, it's a Hackmon, of course. So that is going to be the Zoroark. So Zoroark is going to be, well, it is pretty much just going to faint to anything but Body Slam. So I'm just going to go for, where did it go for? Earthquake or Side Shield Bash. I was like, one of those two moves. I was a little bit worried about going for the Psychic move, so I ended up going for the Ground type move. So we've got the Ghost Terror Zoroark here, Zoroark Hisuian. I'm going to be able to outspeed this. Like, as long as it doesn't have a Focus Sash, I'm pretty good here. And obviously, this is a +1's going to take it out. And that, my friends, is a Wyrdeer sweep. I should have uploaded that one on my channel in full and its own movie with some bloopers and stuff. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. And that's pretty much it, people. Hope you enjoyed it. Like for the sweep, people, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.